welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin Scott and today's video is going to be a first impressions video on the new Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation. I've seen a lot of people raving about this and reviewing it themselves, so I thought I'd just jump on the bandwagon and do it as well. And I've never actually tried any of the Maybelline Fit Me foundations before, so this really is like a full-on first impression for me. So it says here that it is designed for normal to oily skin. I have pretty normal skin. Depending on like the season and the weather, it can be oily or it can be dry, so I guess this is good for me. It says it mattifies and refines pores, matches natural tone, natural seamless finish, and then the rest isn't even in English. So I've picked up the color 120 Classic Ivory. I had a comment from a girl on Instagram the other day saying that she thought that this would be too light for me. Now I've actually picked up this color for when I'm at my like fairest and palest. I'm not wearing any fake tan at the moment or anything, so this is perfect for me at the moment. When I tried it in Priceline, it did match perfectly. So yeah, I guess if I was to wear fake tan, I wouldn't be able to wear this shade in the foundation. I'd have to get a darker one. But for now, this one does suit, and yeah, I guess we'll just get on with the first impression. So I don't know if this is really like the ideal time for me to be doing a first impression because I was at the beach on the weekend and I did get a little bit burnt, so my face is slightly, like not too bad, but slightly peeling up here and around my nose. So it'll be interesting to see how this foundation sits on top of that, so take that into consideration as well. But other than that, I do have a few breakouts, so it'll be interesting to see how well it covers those breakouts and conceals them. But yeah, other than that, I've pretty much just jumped out of the shower. I've just cleansed and moisturized my face about 10 minutes ago, so it's all ready and prepped for makeup. So I've just jumped onto the Maybelline website and it says here, for best results, apply this foundation evenly to face and blend with fingers or sponge. Now I'm going to use a sponge today. I've got the Real Techniques Beauty Blender sponge thingamajiggy, and yeah, I'll use that. The other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to prime one half of my face and leave the other half unprimed. I just want to see like if it makes a difference or how the foundation kind of sits with a primer and without a primer. So yeah, the primer that I'm going to use is this Dr. Lewin's Eternal Youth Insta Perfector Blur Cream. And I will use this on the left-hand side of my face. So we'll jump straight in and pop the primer on. So the instructions on the website said to apply it evenly all over your face and then to blend it in with a sponge. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to dab it onto my skin evenly. So already, first impression on the packaging, I hate that it doesn't have a pump or anything like that. This is so difficult to get the foundation out and without like spilling it all over the place as well. So that's really annoying me, but first world problems. Okay, so now that that is on, I'm just gonna go in and blend it all out with my Real Techniques sponge. So the packaging doesn't tell you how much coverage it's supposed to give. So this will be interesting to see how well it does cover. So I think my nose is definitely going to need a bit more coverage just because that is like one of the most sunburnt areas on my face right now. So it's really red. So I'm gonna have to put a bit more foundation over there. Okay, so that's just one light layer of the foundation. I'd definitely say it's not high coverage. I'd probably say it's in between low to medium coverage. It hasn't really hidden much of the redness around my cheeks and my nose area. What I'll do is I'll actually pop another layer on to show you guys how buildable it is and whether or not it is actually a buildable foundation. So being low to medium coverage, it'll be interesting to see if we can build it up to a high coverage. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and do that now. This bottle really, it's not working for me. Okay, so first thing is I can see it's blending out really, really nicely on top of that first layer. And the coverage is really, really good now. So you can definitely build this up to high coverage. I actually really like how it looks now. This is probably how I'd usually wear it, with an extra layer, just because it does give you that bit more coverage and it just looks so much more flawless. So yes, happy with how it looks at the moment. Okay, so I'm actually really happy with it now that it's got that extra layer on. It's probably gone from low to medium coverage to a decent medium to high coverage now. And it's sitting really beautifully onto my skin. So the side that I primed, which is the left-hand side of my face, is sitting a lot nicer than the right-hand side. Even then, saying that, the right-hand side isn't bad. It's just that you can see where it's kind of settled into my skin on this side, and it's kind of settled into my pores a lot more than what it has on this side. So that's the only thing I would say at the moment. Other than that, I'm like super duper really impressed by it. So it's settled into my skin really well. I don't feel like I'm wearing product, if that makes sense. Like, it's very skin-like, the finish of it. So I'm really impressed by that. It feels very natural. The other thing is that it is definitely matte. So there's no doubt about that. It has completely mattified my face and my complexion. It's covered up the redness around my cheeks and my nose and all of that, which today would have been hard because I am sunburnt. So yeah, it's done a really good job with that. The time at the moment is 11:07. I'm going to finish off doing my makeup now, and I'll be back in about an hour or so, because yes, it does take me about an hour to do my makeup. And I'll give you guys a bit of an update once I've like set the foundation and popped concealer and more product over the top. And then yeah, I'll just keep coming back throughout the day and giving you guys updates. So I will see you in about an hour. Hey guys, so it is now 12:46, so it's been about an hour and a half since I first applied the foundation. I've obviously finished off my makeup, and then my battery died, so I had to charge that before I could film this little clip now. So yeah, so far I'm still really loving it. I've just taken some pictures of this makeup look. I used the flash as well to see if it had any flashback, and there was absolutely none, which is so good. So yeah, it doesn't have any flashback. It's sitting really nicely on my skin. It has settled into a few little creases, particularly on the side that I didn't prime. So for future reference, I will definitely be using a primer with this foundation. But yeah, honestly, it still looks so flawless. I'm really happy with it. I set it with my Rimmel Stay Matte translucent powder over the top, and I also obviously put some concealer and all of that, but you guys saw before I had any concealer on, it was a really good coverage anyway. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. Today my plans are pretty much just to clean the house, because Ben and I have got an inspection tomorrow. So I'm just going to be doing things around the house all day, editing videos and cleaning and all of that stuff. So nothing too intense, but I will check back in with you guys in about like 3 hours maybe, and we'll see how it's lasting then. So it is now 3:52 and I am back for another update. I'm still really happy with it. It hasn't sunk into any fine lines or into my pores or anything like that. It's still really matte everywhere. There's no oily spots or anything like that. It really hasn't changed since the last time I updated you guys. So oh, by the way, yes, I have changed my lip color, and it is a very drastic change in lip color. I'm doing some Jeffree Star swatches at the moment, so that's why, but please excuse that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm still really happy with it. I'll come back to you guys at about 6 or 7 o'clock, so in about 2 or 3 hours, and I'll let you know how it's going then. There really isn't much else to update you guys on at the moment. So it has just hit 7 o'clock, and this will be my last update because I am so ready to get this off my face. Not because it's uncomfortable, just because it's makeup and I have been so busy all day. Now all I want to do is lie down in bed and watch Netflix. So update is, it still looks really good. The only thing I'll say is that it has gone a little bit oily on my cheeks here and my chin, so and my forehead. So my T-zone area is now quite oily, which is, I don't know, for a matte foundation it has gone pretty oily, and it's only been, well, I say only, it's been 8 hours. So it's still pretty good. The coverage is still really good. It still hasn't sunk into any of my pores or any fine lines or anything like that. I can't notice much of a difference between the side that I primed and the side that I didn't prime, so I am really impressed, although I will say I will always wear the primer with it just because it looks a bit more flawless with the primer. So yeah, overall I'm really happy with it. I'm just going to do a quick touch up and show you guys how it looks after, because I obviously haven't touched this all day, so I'm just going to touch it up with a bit of the Stay Matte translucent powder and show you how it looks once I've done that, just on my T-zone. Okay, there we go. So I've just touched that up with a little bit of the powder. It's gone completely matte now. This would be good for another 3 or 4 hours, I'd say. That's how good it's looking at the moment. So yeah, overall I'm really happy with this foundation. I'm super glad that I bought it. It cost me $18.95 I think from Priceline, which is super affordable. Like, that's really good. So yeah, I'm really impressed by it. I will say that the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour matte foundation is still my favorite matte foundation, like drugstore matte foundation. So this is still a close second though, so don't count this out. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Leave me some comments down below letting me know what you thought. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and if there's any other foundations that you'd like to see me review or do a first impressions on, let me know as well. But other than that, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.